Hi guys, and welcome to my second Easter special video. In my last video I showed you my favorite Easter outfit and makeup look, and today I'm gonna show you my 5 favorite recipes for Easter brunch. Let's get started. We're gonna start off with Easter brunch idea number 1, bunny food with spring dip. For this fresh little finger food dish, we'll need carrots, celery, sour cream, and some of your favorite fresh herbs. Here I got chives, parsley and mint, as well as 1 little garlic clove. I start off by peeling the carrot, chopping off the end bits and then cutting it into little sticks. I then take the celery and do pretty much the same thing. I then take my herbs and chop them finely. I do the same with my spring onion, where I however use only the green bits. I then place the chopped herbs and the spring onion into a bowl and add the sour cream. However, I leave some of the herbs on the side so that I can later use them as garnish for the dip. Oh, and I forgot to add the garlic. So basically you want to chop that garlic as fine as possible. It would actually be better to grate it, but since I don't have a grater, I did it the old-fashioned way. I then add the garlic to my mixture and again whisk it. Finally, I'm adding some salt and pepper, give it a good whisk again, and the dip is done. Then I place my vegetables in a nice glass. Here I'm using a crystal whiskey glass just because I know the owner of this glass would be very appreciative of me integrating it into my vegetable dish. So yeah. And voila, here is my little bunny food spring dip. The dip tastes so fresh and it's just the perfect little Easter finger food. Next up we have this super healthy Spring Awakening mango raspberry smoothie. For this recipe you'll need a mango, fresh raspberries, natural yogurt, preferably with real yogurt cultures, and some desiccated coconut. We start by peeling the mango. I know it's really in these days to peel your mango with a glass, but that only works if your mango is really ripe. Otherwise it doesn't work. So most of the time it's easiest to just peel it the old-fashioned way. I then cut the mango into thick chunks and put them in my NutriBullet food processor. Then I add about the same amount of raspberries, and finally I put some natural yogurt on top in order to add some creaminess and acidity. And some mint leaves just to elevate the flavor once more and create that springy, zesty, fresh taste. Then it's time to mix it all together. Once that's done, I fill it into 2 glasses, add some desiccated coconut, and garnish the smoothie with a little raspberry and a mint leaf. And here we have our little Spring Awakening smoothie, which is full of antioxidants and vitamins, and at the same time, it's super tasty. And we'll continue on the healthy side. Here we have my rainbow Easter egg toast, for which we will need some whole grain bread, cucumber, radish, some fresh salad, a carrot, 1 egg, then our freshly made spring dip, which I showed you earlier, and some vinegar. First we gotta chop all those vegetables into thin slices. For the carrot we want to first peel the surface off to get to that clean part, and then continue peeling it so that we have some long thin stripes. Then we just chop the chives and move over to the stove. For this dish I want to poach the egg, which is slightly complicated, but there are a few things you can do to make sure it works. First of all, get the water to boil and then turn it down until it's only simmering. That's very important. Once it simmers, add a little bit of your vinegar to the water, which basically reduces the spillage of egg white. Then take a little round cup and carefully crack your egg into it. Then slowly let the egg slide into the simmering water. With a spoon you can then gently mold the egg into place and then just let it poach for about 3 to 4 minutes depending on the size of the egg. In the meantime we can start preparing our little Easter bread. First I'm gonna distribute some of the spring dip on my bread. Then I'm gonna add the salad, some of the carrot stripes, cucumber and radish. And guys, this is basically about decorating, so make sure it's all nicely placed onto the spread. By now our poached egg should be ready. But beware, it still is very fragile, so it's best to take it out the same way as we put it in. which is with that rounded cup. And then place it in the center of our little nicely made bread. Finally, just add some salt and some pepper and sprinkle some of those chives on top of it, and you're done. This is my rainbow Easter egg toast. It's a really delicious, colorful, savory dish that fits perfectly into Easter and is also very healthy. Now onto my favorite dish. These are my blueberry yogurt Easter bunny pancakes. They're super cute and super delicious. We need the typical pancake ingredients, of course: milk, flour, sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and 1 egg. For the filling, I need some natural yogurt, blueberry jam, and fresh blueberries. I start off by adding all ingredients into a bowl: flour, milk, the egg. Then give it a little whisk and add the cinnamon, the vanilla extract, as well as a little bit of baking powder. You can also add some sugar if you like. And then make sure you whisk it really nicely until you have this thickish consistency. Then moving over to the stove, I'm putting the pan on medium heat and spray some sunflower oil on it to grease the pan. Then I pour my batter in. Initially I'm making a circle, which then gets 2 little ears on the top. Once you see those little bubbles, the pancake is ready to be flipped. Extra care, of course, with the bunny ears. You will need at least 2 of those bunny pancakes since they will receive a filling. Then onto the bunny bow. Basically just try to draw a bow with the pancake batter. The less perfect, the cuter it is, so don't worry too much about perfection here. And then it's time to construct our bunny. First, the bunny head comes in the middle and gets a nice little blueberry jam spread. Then add some yogurt on top and place the second bunny pancake on top of that. After that, I'm painting some bunny eyes with yogurt and the blueberries as pupils. The nose is going to be a raspberry, and then you can either place the bow straight under the head, or you can still color it, as I did, in red with some strawberry jam. Also, real bunnies actually have this little pink part inside their ears, so you could also try to illustrate that by placing some extra strawberry jam in the center of each bunny ear. Finish off the pancakes with some fresh blueberries and some powder icing sugar. And here they are. Delicious blueberry yogurt bunny pancakes. They're great for children, but they're also great for adults, especially those that are a bit immature, such as myself. And finally, we have the Easter fire scrambled eggs, served with some fresh salad on the side. For this dish we need cherry tomatoes, green asparagus, about 3 eggs, chives, Spanish chorizo, mushrooms and spring onions. First I'm preparing and slicing the mushrooms. Then I'm cutting the cherry tomatoes in half, chop the chorizo, and cut the green asparagus into pieces of approximately 5 centimeters. Then I chop the spring onions and the chives. Then we crack the 3 eggs into a bowl and whisk them until they're relatively homogeneous. I don't know how to say that word. Homogeneous? I don't know. Anyways, we then turn again to the stove, but before we start frying anything, we first need to give those pine nuts a little roast. Make sure they don't burn, they burn really easily, and they really just need a little bit of color, and then they're good. Then we can put them aside once they're done and start with the scrambled eggs. First I'm heating up some olive oil and then little by little add all the vegetables and the chorizo to the pan. Once everything is nice and soft, which will take about 5 to 6 minutes I would say, we can add the egg. Then gently just push the egg back and forth and then try to mold it into some omelette shape, because otherwise it looks like a huge pile of mess. Top it up with some chives and then add some fresh salad on the side. Drizzle a little bit of olive oil over your salad and then add some freshly grated parmigiano, as well as your roasted pine nuts. And here we have the Easter fire scrambled eggs. This dish has a really savory aroma because of the chorizo, but it's also very light and it has a lot of very tasty spring vegetables in it. Alright guys, these were my top 5 Easter brunch ideas. They're all really easy and quick to make, and most importantly they're very nutritious, with the exception of the bunny pancakes. They have the blueberries and the yogurt, but otherwise maybe not that great. But anyways, I hope you liked this video, and I'm gonna wish you a lovely Easter break. Definitely let me know in the comment section your must-have Easter brunch dish. And otherwise, I'll be back next Wednesday. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.